If you'd like to make your NFL games a little more interesting, you've come to the right place. It's the Even Money Podcast with Ross Tucker and Steve Fezzik.
Yeah, Vegas, baby, Vegas. It is the Even Money Podcast, presented, of course, by DraftKings Sportsbook app, our favorite sportsbook app. I'm Ross Tucker, and I'm very happy because I had an awesome week, and I needed it very badly. And Steve Fezzik had an awesome week as well. Make sure you check out Steve on social media at Fezzik Sports. He is the man with the information, the man with the numbers. I'm the former player at Ross Tucker NFL. We are at Ross Tucker Pod. Of course, you can always check us out on YouTube. I know a lot of you do now, which is cool. YouTube.com/Ross Tucker NFL. And of course, the highlight clips get posted to at Ross Tucker Pod. All right. Steve, I want to make a point real quick before we go to last week, which was awesome because we both were up 7 units. Every once in a while, I'll see a YouTube comment or I'll get an email from people that will comment how we don't grade our losses at -110. And the point I want to make, and sure everybody can hear, this is my idea, not Steve's. There are new states opening all the time. There are new sports bettors all the time. We're trying to keep it as simple as possible for you guys to know who we like in the games, who we're picking, and about how we're doing. Those of you that are obviously experienced bettors, sophisticated bettors, know that if we're down 10 units, we're really down 11 units because it's -110. Did I say that correctly, Steve?
Yes, except if we're down 10 units, we're really down more like 14 units because it's the cumulative impact of how we do for the year. So by example, at the end of the year, if we're down 10 units where we're 80 and 90, we're really going to be down 18 units or, 90 times the one.
Got it. The volume, right. It's not just one set of it. It's how many. Makes sense. So anyway, our point is this. We do it for a reason. We do it for all of the new bettors because those are the people that we want to have listening to this show. And those of you that understand the VIG that Steve talks about a lot and why you have to do, what is it, 52.4%, Steve?
Exactly right.
Why you have to win 52.4% of the time. You guys already know that. So we don't need to explain that to you. You guys already know that part of it and can take that into account when we do our season balance or how we do for a week, which, by the way, this week we did very, very well. Steve, you and I both leaned to the Saints last week, and they ended up losing 27-17, so good thing it was just a lean. Colts-Texans was one of our best bets because we teased the Colts. I teased the Colts, the Cardinals, and Washington. So I had 3 teasers. They all came through. Finally, you teased Colts, Washington for a best bet that won easily. Washington won the game outright. We were getting 8.5. The Colts, we teased down to -2.5. They won 31-0. It was nice to see our teasers win with such ease this week, Steve.
Yeah, and even gave out a bonus play. I don't think that will get graded on the Colts over 8.5 season wins. Had to lay -200. Ross, how good is that? Many feel the Colts are the best team or right there in the AFC. Colts are going to win 9 or more games.
I would agree. Bucks Falcons was a loser for us. They were getting 11. We both put 2 units on it. It was a best bet. I mean, there's not much to say. They went marching down the field on the first drive for a touchdown. Score was 17-10. They got a gift, Steve, pick 6. And they still didn't cover. Although it looked like the Bucs were going to be able to just run out the clock and that we were going to get it with the 11. But no, they got a penalty, so they had to kick the field goal. I hate when that happens.
So I have a bad beat story. Anyone who followed my advice and bet Atlanta, cost you some money. It cost me more money, Ross, because in the Circa Millions, they have a quarterly contest. I have an entry that went 13-2. It would have gone 14-1 if Atlanta covers, and that would have been a tie for first, which would have gotten me $100,000. Instead, it's going to be a tie for second and third, chopping it 4 or 5 ways. I want to make like 15,000 only.
Wow, man, that's harsh. Cardinals, Bears. I teased the Cardinals down to -1.5. Already said that. So that was a good teaser. Good teaser leg that came through. Chargers, Bengals. I like the Chargers getting 3 points. You like the over, Steve. Man, you were all over with the 2 units on the over. 41-22 with a total of 50.5. I only put 1 unit on the Chargers getting the 3. They blasted the Bengals 41-22. Vikings, Lions. Neither one of us had anything on that game. Eagles, Jets was another best bet for us. Eagles 2 units, laying the 6.5. They win by 15 with a little Minshew mania, Steve.
Yeah, and I reversed on this game. I like the Eagles. And I thought Minshew came in, thought it would completely disrupt the offense, having a different system. Nope, don't matter. Jets be Jets. Eagles roll.
Yep. Giants, Dolphins, another best bet, another winner for us, Steve. We both like the Dolphins. I put 2 units on it. You put 1 unit on it. They were laying 3. They win 20-9. Washington, we already mentioned. Man, I had a lot of bets last week. Washington, we already mentioned the teaser, that was a best bet that came through for us. Jags, Rams, I just leaned Rams. Should have gone in with you. Couldn't do it based on what I had seen from them lately, 12.5 points. You were all over it, Steve. DraftKings even posted it. They win the game 37-7. That was 2 units for you. I leaned to the Steelers getting the 4.5. Should have taken it. They won the game outright 20-19. Couple losers I had. I took the Niners laying 3 against the Seahawks. They lose 30-23. Honestly, Steve, it shouldn't have been that close. Gerald Everett fumbles twice inside the 5-yard line. Seahawks should have blown the Niners out of the water. Broncos, Chiefs, that was unfortunate. The Daniel Sorensen pick 6. I had 10 points for the Broncos, 2 units. They lose 22-9. That was frustrating. And then last night, Patriots and the Bills. Patriots getting 3. I put 2 units on the Patriots. Did not think that the Bills would perform in that pressure. They did not. I forgot you took the under, Steve. Under 43.5. Did you know about the weather?
Yes, I've got a weather guy that I'm in constant contact with. And I'm pulling back the curtain a little bit. There are some guys, not a lot. There are some guys, can't name a player, can't name a coach. This guy will at times send me indoor stadium weather plays, and I have to tell him, SoFi Stadium's covered. No. But he will just send me weather plays for these various cities and locations, and he's enormously successful just getting early forecasts of bad weather and wind.
Seriously?
He has sent me indoor stadiums more than once to get down on the under, and I have to remind him, no, it's the Georgia
But
Dome.
he's enormously successful as a pro bettor. Does he bet the indoor stadium?
No, he has me bet for him. He just sends me the forecasts and doesn't even check if there's a dome in the stadium. That's my job.
Oh my gosh. And how many days out can he do it?
7. He's playing Monday mornings.
He plays Monday morning totals just based on the weather.
Yes, and oftentimes he'll say, we got to keep track of this. He says, I don't know if the rain's going to start, before the game or not, and he'll give me updates throughout the week. And the funny thing is, Ross, he always says it's looking good in North Carolina, and I'm like, no, it's looking bad. Always refer to the weather as being bad, not good.
That is funny, man. That's really interesting. Speaking, by the way, of interesting, do you know with the free Fix Finder service at AutoZone, you can troubleshoot more dashboard lights, including your check engine light, ABS light, and service interval light? The free Fix Finder will give you possible solutions for your lights, all backed by verified technicians. And if you need a bit of help from a repair shop, AutoZone will even refer you to a nearby shop that you can trust. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician verified fixes, and you can only find it at AutoZone. So next time your dashboard lights pay you a visit, just get in the zone.
AutoZone.
Yes.
Don't get stranded in Elko, Nevada in the wintertime.
I was waiting for you to chime in on that. I love it. All right, Steve, let us move on to, believe it or not, week 14 in the NFL. Incredible. Thursday night, the Steelers are getting 3 points from the Vikings. The total's 44.5.
Going to lean to Pittsburgh. If you get 3.5, bet Pittsburgh. This is all about the injury reports. What is going on with the Vikings? Dalvin Cook injured. I got a feeling that he's not playing. He's not playing. So Kirk Cousins is bad on prime time start times. The defense has been gutted already for the Vikings on defense. Now the offense has been gutted. Don't like those Steelers, but you know what? We like the Steelers catching points because all they do is play close games. I'd lean Steelers.
Yeah, it's 2 units for the Steelers for me. Thielen has a high ankle sprain. He's not going to play. They're not going to play Cook because they have 10 days rest after this. The Steelers played much better getting TJ Watt and all those guys. I think it's a coin flip game. Anytime I get 3 points in a coin flip game, I feel like that's to my favor. If I really think, Steve, it's a coin flip game, that means 50% of the time the team I'm betting on wins the game. Then getting 3 points, I'm really at what percentage?
Team's going to win by 1, 3%, by 2, 2%. So they're picking up 5% there. They're going to win by exactly 3, 10% of the time. You only get half of it catching 3. That's 10%. That's a 60% bet, Ross. Catching.
Well, no,
3.
all right. I only get half of it because it's a push. Got it.
Right, but there's 3.5s out there. So from that perspective, you can get plus 3.5 at if you shop it, and that's a 65% bet if this is truly a pick.
Got it. Okay. Ravens, Browns. Ravens are getting 2 points. Total 42.
All right. This is the classic example of a game that the power ratings are going to put you on the wrong side because the power ratings are going to go ahead and say this game should be around pick'em. But the truth is you've got a Baltimore team decimated with injuries. Think about this. Harbaugh's got the best kicker in the world, and he chooses to go for 2 because the secondary is so decimated. A secondary that can't even shut down Big Ben and the Steelers, that's trouble. And the spot is trouble. 2 weeks ago, these teams played. Baltimore wins a close game. Cleveland rests for 14 days. And Baltimore has to play a tough, physical, divisional game. This is a Cleveland spot here. So there's a Cleveland tax associated to this point spread. That's why Cleveland's laying a couple points. Seems justified. All things being equal, should be a close game. Let's do a teaser, Ross. 2 units. Let's tease Baltimore up to 8. And let's give me some of those Denver Broncos from 8 down to 2 units.
Yep, I'm in on that. Those are 2 of my teaser legs. The third teaser leg that I am adding, Seattle, I've got down to minus 1.5 against the Houston Texans. Although actually, as I refresh my screen, that spread's now minus 7. So I can still tease Seattle at minus 1, right? I know I'm not going through the 7 as much, but
well, even better because every other book is 7.5. So you're getting a bargain on Seattle. Absolutely.
All right. So Seattle minus 1 because DraftKings has it at Seattle minus 7 right now. So those are my 3 teaser legs this week. Ravens, Seahawks, Denver. Ravens up to 8, Seahawks down to 1, Denver down to minus 2. What about
3 best bets? I'm in with you.
Okay,
Absolutely.
3 best bets. Let's hear it, Bri.
The best bet.
Love it. And of course, those are all three different teasers for Grades, who does a terrific job, our Australian buddy that grades us. Thank you, Grades. The Cowboys are at the football team in Washington. Totals 48. Right now, the Cowboys are laying 3.5. This number's come down a little bit.
Agree with the move. Strong lean Washington. Cowboys aren't right. Don't like their coach McCarthy. Don't like Dak's health right now. Doesn't look healthy. Zeke, when was the last time you saw the justification to keep a guy in the lineup because he is a great blocker that you're paying $10 million plus a year? Pollard's the better runner right now. Zeke's being overused. I can only look towards the football team that's playing better. Strongly in Washington.
Yeah, I'm taking Washington at 3.5. They've won 4 in a row. They're good in close games. They're playing at home. They've got momentum. I think it's a toss-up game. You're going to give me 3.5. I'm going to take it. 2 units, Washington, plus the 3.5 against the Cowboys. What about the Raiders? They're getting 9.5 in Kansas City with a total of 48.5, Steve.
Boy, Frankenstein Dracula game. I don't know what to think of the Raiders. The collapse against Washington, all of the distractions they've had all year long. But Kansas City's just not that good. Mahomes' mechanics are all fouled up. Can we count on that Kansas City defense to be elite? Because that's what it's taking for them to cover games. I pass the game.
I pass. It will just be a lean to the Raiders for me. If it got to 10 or 10.5, I would take the Raiders. But everything you said about the Chiefs offensively, I think is correct. And the Raiders defense has actually been pretty decent as of late. So it's a strong lean to the Raiders for me. Seahawks, Texans. We already teased the Seahawks down to -1. The total's 41.5. Any other bets in that one, Steve?
Nothing at all other than, these Houston Texans. You don't see this very often. So they're getting smashed by Indy, and Indy is up 24. And money, it pours in live wagering on Indy, the team up 24. Davis Mills is not an NFL quarterback, and the live bettors were perfectly happy to lay an NFL team already up 24, and they got the money.
Speaking of picks, PicksWise is the #1 free app for football picks, odds, and analysis. Find expert picks for every game all season long. Loaded with best bets, props, and parlays, you can find in-depth game predictions, giving you the who, how, and why behind every prediction, all for free. Found your pick? Search our latest DraftKings promotions to sign up for an account and place your bet. Download the free PicksWise app now to make your next bet better. PicksWise backs responsible gambling. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Who are we gambling on, if anybody? The Titans are laying 9.5 against the Jags, total 44.
So I want to bet the Titans. I want no part of the Jags, and I don't think they're trying hard for Urban Meyer. But, the Titans, they're living off that 5-game win streak against the NFL elites. I have them as a below-average rated team. Even given that, I'll still lean with the Titans based on my power ratings.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to lean Titans as well, but I'm not laying 9.5. As you said other weeks, they're just not motivated enough to necessarily win by that amount. How about the Saints and the Jets? Saints are laying 5, total 43.
So very interesting. We leaned early in the week last week to the Saints, and then we got the injury report, and Kamara didn't play. They're down 3 linemen, and that Saints team is bad. Given that injury report, I need to see if they're going to get some guys back this week before I make an investment on this game. I'll say this about the Jets defense. The fact that the Eagles could go with Minshew, totally different, what should have been a disruption to the offense. Boom, first 3 drives, touchdowns, Eagles roll. What's the book on the Jets? Bad offense, decent defense. Maybe it's just bad offense, bad defense. I know I don't want the Jets.
I got nothing in this game. I would lean New Orleans because I do think they'll get some guys back. They wanted to give those guys 10 more days, I think, to try to get back. Falcons are catching 3 against the Panthers, who have gone ahead and they fired their offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. Total's 42.5 in this one.
Yeah, I got a buddy. He's texting me, and he loves Carolina this week. And he's saying, the new coordinator has such a great relationship that goes back years with Todd Rule, and it's going to be great, he says, for the team. I texted him back. Did they pick up a quarterback, though? Because all the chemistry in the world isn't going to help this team. Bottom line is I've got two pretty equal teams with a minimal home field. I got to take Atlanta. Close game, 2 units, Falcons +3.
Totally agree. My new rule is if it's a toss-up and I'm getting 3 points or more, I'm taking them. I think this game's 50-50. You just explained the math is 60%. It's Falcons for me, plus the 3, best bet.
The best bet.
Chargers, Giants. It looks like Jake Fromm might start at quarterback for the Giants. The Chargers are laying 10.5. The total's 44.
The Giraffe is out. Is he injured or is he benched?
Concussion.
Ooh, concussed. All right, well, Fromm would be I've got Daniel Jones to Glennon already, a 2.5-point downgrade. We would downgrade him another 1.5 for Fromm, who's terrible. I want no part of the Giants. I actually laid 10 on the Chargers early in the week. It's 10.5 now. You don't make money laying more than 10 in the NFL. I pass.
I would just lean to the Giants. I don't know. Maybe Fromm will play fine. 10.5 is a big number. I don't have faith in the Chargers. They don't seem like they ever handle success very well, but I'll just lean to the Giants. What about the Lions and the Broncos? We already touched on this one because we teased the Broncos down to -2. Hard to imagine the Lions winning 2 in a row, Steve.
I've seen this movie before, and shout out, it's true that when Tampa Bay came in the NFL, I think they lost 26 straight games and then won a game and then won the next game. That's the exception to the rule. You give me a garbage team on a long losing streak and they finally get the win. The next week, they just get the business. I can only lay it. Like you said, we're going to tease it.
The Bills are at the Bucs. I'm a little surprised. This is only a 3-point spread. The total's 52. Bucs are laying 3. Does that number surprise you, Steve?
Yes, we're going to go Bucs -3 for 2 units. This is an outstanding spot for Tampa Bay. So I got a Bills team that has sandwich games against New England, just failed miserably at home in the wintry mix that is Buffalo, New York, and tough physical game that their defense got pulverized on the ground. And now they got to go the heat and humidity of Tampa Bay against NFL's best team. Good luck with that, Buffalo. Tampa 2 units.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, Steve. That's another best bet. I thought that line was short as soon as I saw it. That's a best bet.
The best bet.
The Niners are in Cincinnati on the road again. The Bengals are laying a single point, and the total is 48.
I'm having a flashback. I think it was just 2 years ago that the Niners stayed out east in Youngstown, Ohio, and annihilated the Bengals. It is a good spot for the Bengals. They failed in the jungle at home against the Chargers. Showed good grit, got down 24-0, got back in the game. Pretty equal teams all in all. Niners just slightly better. Spot good for the Bengals. I don't know. I'm going to pass the game.
2 units on the Bengals. I was impressed. Look, they don't get the crazy Jamar Chase interception. Should have been a touchdown. The Mixon fumble. They'll be better and healthier this week. The Niners are not the same without Deebo Samuel. And it doesn't sound like he's going to play this week. He is a difference-making player for that team. They run a lot through him in the pass game and the run game. I got 2 units on the Bengals. I think they're going to win the game, laying 1 point. Sunday night football. It is the Bears and it is the Packers. I got to be honest, I don't even know who's playing quarterback for the Bears. It doesn't really matter, but I don't even know. I know this. Overcoming the odds, rewriting the playbook, delivering under pressure. The MVPs of small business lead their teams to victory all year long. Visa is proud to provide playmakers everywhere with more tools to help grow their business and help them achieve even greater success. Because the more people we can empower, the more we all win. Visa, a network working for everyone. Who's working for us, or what's working for us, if anything, in the Packers-Bears matchup? Packers laying 11.5, total 43.5.
This is the rare one-sided rivalry where the better team gets more up for the game. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's because Green Bay, doesn't have anything in the way of culture, and they look at the city of Chicago and they have a chip on their shoulder and they just want to beat down the Bears. But Green Bay brings it against the Bears. They bring it on the road in Chicago and they bring it at home. Always ultra motivated, especially on a Sunday night football game. If you got to play it, you lay it. I'll put a unit on Green Bay.
Wow. Yeah, not sure I can do that one. I'm going to go ahead and I would just lean Green Bay. I'm not going to lay the 11.5. I'll just lean Green Bay. Then we get to the Rams and the Cardinals. Rams and the Cardinals. It's Monday Night Football. It's a huge game. The Rams are getting 3 points. The total's 51.5.
So looking at my power ratings here, I have Arizona 6 points better than an average team. The Rams 4.5 better. So that makes this spread 1.5 on the neutral. What do we give Arizona for home field? 1.5. That gets us to 3, Ross. I know it's a great game. Going to have to be on the sidelines and just watch it. It's right what I made it.
Yeah, I guess I would just lean to the Rams. I don't have a very strong lean here, but they did play better against Jacksonville. I think they'll come out and play a good game, but I think Arizona is the real deal. So it's just a lean for the Rams for me. That'll do it for this week on the Even Money Podcast. Love all of you listeners. Love those of you that watch us on youtube.com/Ross Tucker NFL. Please spread the word to family and friends. We love getting new listeners, love getting new viewers. Other than that, good luck, everybody. Hope you guys win some money.
Thanks for listening to the Even Money Podcast. Make sure to also subscribe to the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, The Fantasy Feast, Business of Sports, and the College Draft. All available at Apple Podcasts, rosstucker.com, or wherever podcasts can be found.
A lot of times on the show, I mentioned DraftKings. Here's what you need to know. You got to be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. By the way, if what I was talking about included a deposit bonus, doesn't always, sometimes it does. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough, and deposit bonuses are paid out in site credit.